So here's the thing. The future of guitar is bright, but there may be one problem which may just ruin the entire thing for us. Keep watching. This instrument, though you may associate it more with some of the more classical, older things such as the 50s and 60s and rock and roll and all of that stuff, which isn't really that current. The electric guitar may have an association with that era, with rock music, with the term rock star. But in my opinion, the future is very bright, and I'll give you the 4 reasons. Reason number 1, Instagram or social media in general. There are few things that are as suitable to this world of, showing off your best self in a very fast, in a very flashy way than the electric guitar. There is an inherent coolness about this particular instrument. You don't look that cool playing a piano or playing a violin, but the electric guitar has had that cultural association with coolness and getting adoration from peers and others alike, which no other instrument has. And that is perfectly suited to the world of social media and Instagram and reels and short forms, etc. So that has resulted in a lot of people picking up the guitar. For the sheer purpose, it may be for impressing other people. I mean, that was always the case, but there was this time in the late 90s, early 2000s where that whole coolness of the guitar was kind of ebbing, and suddenly it got an injection with social media. I don't know what's up with my pronunciation today. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, ease. Resources, tools to keep playing guitar. The guitar is a notoriously difficult instrument to learn, or rather to get past the initial hurdle. The official statistic is only 1 in 10 people who try to play guitar end up playing guitar. The remaining 9 just give up or remain at best occasional players because, initially your fingers get cut. It's not like a piano that you just press a button or a key and you get a sound. Here, just to get a single note, you need to improve. You need to get to a certain level. That has been made much easier by all the resources available on the internet today and all of the different people dedicating their considerable resources, including manufacturers and, of course, influencers, to helping people play guitar. So you're automatically reducing the barrier of entry. And this can only mean more guitar players. This can mean a brighter future. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, Taylor Swift. No, jokes apart, Taylor Swift, the electric guitar in general, has been definitely a male-dominated hobby. There's no doubt about it. Even if I look at my channel, I don't know what the reason for that is, but 99% of the viewers are male. But reality is that just like you had certain artists in the 60s, say the Beatles or the Shadows, it inspired a lot of people to pick up guitar. Taylor Swift has been doing that for girls worldwide. And some of this is anecdotal, some of this is data-based, but there is plenty of evidence out there that the mix of new guitar players and people trying to pick up guitar has become much more mixed between boys and girls versus typically only being boys earlier. So what that means is you're automatically doubling the prospective pool of players with this entire Taylor Swift phenomenon. Reason number 4, other countries outside of US and Western Europe. Now the thing is, in the US and in most Western European countries, the electric guitar is not, it's difficult to imagine the electric guitar, which is kind of, it's not to say that a very good electric guitar is not unaffordable, but you would hardly call any electric guitar a luxury instrument. In the developing world, parts of the world that, for example, where I come from, say in India, electric guitar is very definitely a luxury instrument. So what that means is for the generation before me and the generation before that, even though rock and roll and everything was spreading across the world, and some of it made its way even to some of these other countries, the electric guitar was just not affordable. Even now, what you would consider a cheap electric guitar is still expensive by the living standards of most of these developing countries. But the reality is that rock music, metal music, and cheaper, higher quality electric guitars compared to what they used to be relative to wages, and wages themselves have gone up. All of these factors mean that there are a lot more people picking up guitars from the non-conventional countries. Not everybody playing guitar now is from one of those, from the US, North America, or Western Europe. You have a lot of people coming from Asia, for example. And there's a lot of population over here in Asia as well. So that's another wave of new guitar players which didn't exist in the traditional time periods that we thought about. So there you go. These are the reasons why the future, I think, of this instrument is very, very bright. But there is one problem. And the problem really is the ease with which you can now program music, leveraging tools. Of course, AI is the best example. Learning an instrument is a high endeavor activity. It doesn't happen overnight. I think I spent all of my university years practically learning the guitar. Not very well, but that's a different story. So why would you bother trying to learn an instrument when you can just program it, or just use simple AI tools where you don't even need to program, you just need to kind of fill in what you want. I mean, I already see this happening a little bit with, say, the world of painting, where of course I can sketch and paint as well. So to try and make a painting of the same quality that you can get with Mid-Journey, for example, is very different. With Mid-Journey, I just put a couple of prompts and I can get some beautiful results. Of course, it's not very specific yet, but that's getting better and better and better. Whereas if I wanted to paint the whole thing, it's going to take a long, long time. Now, I sat and figured out how to paint 20 years ago, so I'll continue to do that now and then. But so someone coming up, often people wonder, why should I bother with all of these manual techniques to create something when I can just create it automatically? And me and you, we are steeped in this manual tradition. We manually create music by pressing our fingers and whatever it might be. But for the future, there's no reason why you would do that when you could just press a button, give a prompt. Why would you go through the trouble of trying to learn everything? That's what my biggest fear is. And the second thing that compounds this fear is attention span. It does take a significant amount of attention span to learn an instrument. And I think all of us are aware, but in case you aren't, modern attention spans have been destroyed by social media. Something like a TikTok short or a Instagram, I don't know what, Instagram short, YouTube clip, whatever, YouTube short as well, Instagram reel. Messing up my terms here. These 10-15 second dopamine hits are all just designed to keep giving us low, immediate instant gratification. And when you do that, you don't have the patience and the wherewithal in your brain, in your neural structures, to get delayed gratification like learning an instrument is. So today we have the momentum of our past experiences. A lot of us learned guitar earlier, even people who learned guitar recently. It's really only been the last 4 or 5 years that clips and Instagram, and TikTok, and very, very specialist AI tools have really come into play. So even if you're not seeing an impact right now, it's because the people already have put in the time and effort and have the attention spans to do it. But fast forward 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, people growing up where the tools are immediately available, where the attention spans are already destroyed by goodness knows what other activities come in the digital sphere. My fear is these manual things will go dead, perhaps the same way like manual transmissions have gone dead in the developed world. Like in the country where I live, Singapore, most people just get the license to drive an automatic car. Nobody actually presses the clutch and changes gears anymore. I know how to do it because that's how I learned it 20 years ago when I learned how to drive. But most people, why would you bother when you have an easier solution? So that's my only fear. So tell me what you think. Do you think that the future of guitar is bright for the reasons that I mentioned? Or do you think that it is in danger for the last reason that I mentioned? I would love to know more. All right, till next time.